what is branding. Branding is the process of creating your identity in order to sell your business and put it in minds of customers. So the key word is you put it in the mind of your consumers or audience. Let's say we are actors in our audience. So if you create your brand, your identity. Brand equals identity, and identity equals values. So how do you create your brand? We shall start with these three, which is the specifications, which are spec. And what does S stand for? The market segmentation. This is the first part you have to think about while creating your brand. What is my market? Where am I? You know? Then P stands for how people will perceive you. Perception, yeah. E stands for environment. Now, many people would mistake the market segmentation for environment, but these two are different. Environment is where you are at, then the market segmentation is where you want to create your identity from, or who you want to sell to. This is where you are, and this is where you want to sell to. Then C, the most important, is character. This will sell all these. You know how people you look up to this person and you meet them and they are totally different from who you thought they were? This is where you come to character. With all this, you have to have a character. So let's go back to them one by one. So, market segmentation is the what. Where you want to be known and what you want to be known for. Then, perception. How do you want to be perceived? This one, we talked about it and it's pretty much clear. Then the environment. The environment is the how. How you want to be seen. So as you're creating your specifications of the brand, there is who you actually are and how you want to be perceived. There are people who are not fashionistas, but their brands show that they are fashionistas, you know. But every day when you find them, they are wearing sweatpants. But on their profiles, they're always in heels, they're always classy, you know. So this is how they want other people to see them. When we come to film, I would use an example. Everyone has what they've created, how they want people to perceive them. For example, let me give an example of the director you all know, or the cinematographer. Let's say Lukman Ali. He has how he's perceived. When you think of Lukman Ali, what do you think about? Action, fire, you know? He's always playing with fire, he's always playing with action. That's how he wants to be perceived. And if you follow most of his movies, they follow each other because this is his identity. The environment. Many people forget this, that I am in Kampala. Nana spoke about accents. Someone is, what up in their scripts, you have forgotten your environment. Be true to your environment. Then, environment. How do you fit in this industry and people around you? That's the environment. So you have to find how you fit. I am Mnyankore. How do I balance being a Kampala person? And as an actor, I am religious. My parents are religious. How do I balance when I'm creating my brand? Character. This defines your personal branding. At the end of the day, when people meet you, it should be the same person they see. You get? It's not the opposite of who they actually see. So after these are specifications, we go into self-discovery. And self-discovery is where you find your strengths, your values, your weaknesses, while creating your brand. And here, you're just thinking, you're doing the paperwork before I actually go out there. Again, back to the what. Describe the look, feel of the brand you would like to have. This is a what. So you describe the look and the feel. So that when someone sees Angela, they feel, they feel a certain kind of way. Let me just give an example. Who do you look up to? Artists, could be a musician here in Kampala. Or, let's use Kampala. I prefer using Kampala. Who do you look up to? Who do you like? Fabiola. What do you think when you think about Fabiola? The rest of the class, what do you think about her when you think about Fabiola? What does she make you feel like? I think she seems soft. She seems pampered, She seems sweet when you look at her brand. So when you're creating your brand, and she seems rich, So when you're creating your brand, and you want to create the look and feel people will perceive you for, is you have to think about this. I'll give an example of Jessa. What do you think about Jessa when you think about that brand? I think about it as, it's home, when you're thirsty, when you're broke, it fills you. It's just everything. Well, I think about that because I love yogurt, but I don't know about anyone else. You think about that something. You're taking mineral water. When you think about Trezori and ice, the ice water, there's different feels to it, even while taking them. So one thing we forget while we are talking about branding is that you are the product. The actor is the product. You have to think about your acting as a business. So how do you sell your business? You're the product. So whenever you go out there for an audition, or whenever you go out meeting and networking people, you are the product. Sell it. Identify it. Make sure everyone can relate to it. So that was the word. The look, feel. So some people have bold looks. I'll give an example of Shiba. When I think of Shiba, I'm thinking she's bold. She's confident. And she has money, because she has been Shiba richer this year for the past, I don't know how many years. So I'm thinking, That's the look and feel I get. I feel she's, So the second question would be, describe the tone, stroke voice, or attitude of the brand you would like to have. Attitude and tone. Tone, stroke voice, sorry. This is the how. So answers usually for this is, it's an authentic, it's an authentic tone, it's inspirational, it's strong, it's aggressive, Now this is the tone, the voice. And many people would mistake it for the two, but they are two different things. When you're answering the questions, the tone, stroke voice. Who? I would give an example of Coca-Cola. When I think of Coca-Cola, it's a positive, friendly, and happy brand. That's why all their commercials are friendly, happy with family, and they are positive. So that goes to the tone you want to have. I'd give an example of an artist you actually know. Those recordings, and you're talking about people. But what's her name? Nwanji. When you think about her, you're like, she's aggressive, That's her brand. You don't mess with her. Any day, any time, even if she's smiling, So that's also a brand identity. And she's not the only one. There are more other tougher people out there. We could talk about Museveni, but that's another story. Who do you champion for? Who do you champion for? So this is that's for me, that's not for me. As you're creating your brand, you understand things you would do. For example, you're a Muslim. You're not going to do, as you're creating your brand, you're not going to be wearing short things or bikinis, Let me use an example of Farida Nakaziwe. Her brand is elegant. What's that artist? Namakula. Her brand is elegant. And I'm sorry I'm using dressing, but when you think about her, she champions for decency. You as an actor, what do you champion for? Are you a villain? Are you the good girl? Are you the wife material? Are you the type? This is what you're selling to the public. So when you're creating your brand, you need to understand things you can do. Some actors will tell you, me kissing scenes, no. You get a condom commercial, please don't call me, So a beer commercial, my father is a pastor. So you need to understand who you champion for. So that when you want to work with some people, they just know. They won't call you, They won't call you for certain things because your brand actually says it. They're even having second thoughts, calling you. And the last one is, what is the motivation and the drive behind the brand? Now I think it's supposed to be even fast. What is the motivation behind the brand you want to create? Since all of you are artists and you want to be out there, you want to have a strong brand, what is your biggest motivation? I'd like to hear from you. That's good. She wants to inspire people. Anyone else? Isn't money all the motivation for everyone? It's always money, money, money. But then there is also passion. Some people do acting for passion and it's not about the money. So you should have a motivation. Do you want to make money out there? Do you want to just gain a following? Do you want to inspire people? So this is very important, the motivation behind your brand. So once you understand this, it's easy to create all these other four. So when you create content, it should be with all the values you listed, of the look, the feel, the tone, and everything. So don't forget, many times TikTok is misleading. Muva kumulamwa. Muva kumulamwa nti, okay, I need to present myself in this kind of way. And I've seen some TikTokers that are consistent, and they've decided this is my niche. There's this lady, is it a lady or a gentleman? He's always running, Whenever I see that thing, I'm like, why are you always running? But for him, he decided, this is my niche. I'm sticking to this. And his following keeps growing and growing and growing. There is another one I follow. What's his name? Is it called Alfred? He decided to be in a relationship with himself. So it's always him speaking to himself, So that's his style. So if we understand our style, and if you notice it's working for these people, they've decided this is working. But you won't know if it's working until you see the following, the engagement, the laughter, the emotions you create in people. So it's better to start creating, and as you're creating, you will know. You will see, and Instagram gives projections of this post has the most likes. And even can see, this post was viewed 1,000 times. People are commenting. So if this is for people who are struggling, finding what's my strength, what can I do? As you start creating, you will see. But it will be a problem if none of you is creating anything. Another thing people forget is when you create a brand, it's an illusion of like, I am good. People are going to start casting you or looking for you because of your brand. They're going to start writing roles. People are going to call you for private auditions. You won't need to, to go for auditions. Not all of them. Some you will still need to. But as long as you have like a brand out there, it will help. Then you need to be picky. You can't be everywhere. There's an actor, Banange, I love this guy. But whenever I'm on any set, this guy is an extra. This guy is an extra on every single set. And I told him, aren't you tired, of being an extra? I mean, you went to acting school. You have booked roles, lead roles. What are you still doing as an extra? It's okay to be an extra when you're starting out, but there are levels. When you're starting out, you want the experience, you want the network, but you reach a point, you can't be an actor for 5 years and you're still an extra. Mostly with our money, our Kampala money for extras, really, So you need to be picky. Network, attend all events. When you attend, the first place to go to is our events, since we don't associate mostly with our white-collar friends. Please go to premieres, come to workshops, go to those readings and network. When I say network, don't pick one sweetheart out of the whole, congregation and you're tying on yourself on this person the whole night. Go out, talk to people. And when I say talk to people, there's a trick I learned. When you're interacting with people, don't ask them what they can do for you. I would like to work with you in this movie. When can I work with you? No. Be genuinely interested in them. Ask them, hi, how are you? Are you married? How is your daughter? How is your dog? get to know them. That will intrigue them because they're now, we are human beings. When someone tells you, something genuine, you feel like, wow, they're actually interested in me. Or you ask about that shoe. Why did you buy that shoe? They are actually interested. They are going to want to talk to you more and more. But when you go and you're like, I am proud of your work, I would like to work with you, they're going to say thank you, and they are going to, because they feel like you're taking something from them. You want something from them. But if you're networking, just getting to know this person, they would want to know you more. Who is this person? Who wants to know me? Who is just generally interested in me? And many times you don't have to take the number. Not all times. When you strike this simple conversation, they'll give it to you. They'll be like, where do you stay? You can't do those things. Oh, I stay. Actually, stay around there, Simple conversation. Before you know it, they're asking if you want to hang out. I am working on this project. Would you be interested? But if you go of, I saw you. How can I apply? Some are going to respond really, but they're going to forget you. But the more you're generally interested in people, the more they're going to be generally interested in you. So networking is so important. I know, come support our films, support the Ugandan films. That's where you're going to meet a random producer. That's where you're going to meet your fellow castmates. As you're working on your brand, don't forget why you're doing this. If you love acting, if you want to sing, if you want to be anything, don't forget why you're creating the brand. You can do the projections, the insights, pay for ads, create TikTok videos, but work on your character. And artists, it's a problem when you go in the white-collar world. We are always in the corner. We don't want to associate properly with them because there is a wall. But also we have not worked on our presentations when you go into the white-collar world. When you're interacting with these people, we go with our swag, our sweatpants, our Crocs all the time. Because on set we are used to wearing whatever we feel like. This is the attitude we take the other side. So we need to work on our characters. This is talent, basically. Work on the talent. And it never stops. Some people, because they've landed a few lead roles, they feel like they've made it. And you ask them all the acting techniques, and they've never heard of them, So learning never stops. We need to work on our characters. Then we can start working on the profile. And it's easy to work on our brands. Very easy if you make it a point to know that you're the business. How do I sell my business? Do I need a good phone to record monologues? Do I need a tutor for public speaking? Do I need to network? Oh, I won't even start on the network. But let's dive into the online presence. Engage with the audience. After you create a profile, make sure you engage with the audience. Many people, they send you DMs and you feel so sweet, you feel so cute, But these are the same people that we need. And engage with the audience. Respond to the comments. Someone comments, hi, Oba, thank you for sharing this. And you respond a month later, We need to work on this. Then respond to the DMs as long as they are not insulting. Then be kind. This is engaging. When you go out after a movie premiere and you're the actress in it, talk to people. Ask people what they feel about the film. Collaborate with artists. This is when you have created this brand. You reach a point and it's stuck. You need to collaborate with fellow-minded artists. If you posted a video and you ask one of your other person who has another following another crowd, ask to collaborate. When you're shooting your skits, bring in other people. It can't be this. You. I mean, you're actors. You have acted with different people. Bring in different people. It helps tapping on the other person's crowd. So collaboration is important. Adapt. Be open to evolution, growth, and feedback. Oh, this one is tough. Many people, when you tell them feedback, no, that's wrong. Don't be the person who's always angry when you're given feedback. Mostly when it's negative feedback. It's important. It will grow your career. If you take everything personally, imagine who ends up angry. You're the one who's fussing about this particular thing. This person has moved on. Learn to accept the negative feedback. It's okay. You don't have to change, but when you listen to it and you need it, you'll see that you'll be changing yourself. Many times people listen and they don't think about it. Then later, like 4 other people are telling you. And why do many people have to tell you, yet you could change in the first place if you needed change? Quality over quantity. When you're creating your content calendars, does none of you have a content calendar? Create content calendars because it helps you know that, okay, every Tuesday at this time, every Friday at this time, I am posting. So it helps even create stuff. So while you're creating or while you're posting, make sure it's quality, not quantity. Many people just post today food, tomorrow they are selling shoes, tomorrow they are on set, then tomorrow, and you wonder, okay, this is too much. Who is this person? You know? What are they actually selling? Today you're selling necklaces, today, and people are confused. Stick to quality. If you like this thing, give it the most time and make sure, as you're putting it out there for your brand, ask yourself, would I like that if it were me on the other side? That question will help you a lot. Would I hire me? When you look at your profile on Instagram, and you're like, would I really hire me? No headshots, nothing. You're always in bars, kusimblaring, to going hour. That's what is on your thingy. So would you hire you? And it's sad, but many times we cast according to your profile. We look at you and we look at the things you do, and we're like, yeah, we shall work with this person. So if you can identify all this, you can start the journey of creating your brand. And if you're unsure, just keep doing it. We shall give you our opinions. The world is always willing to give you an opinion. So come back for strategies, because there is creating a brand, there is a strategy, and there is projections, then there is marketing. If you consider this as a business, you're the product. Trust me, you'll start looking at things differently. What do people want to consume before you create? What are the colors? That's the feel we talked about. What are the colors, Who do I want to target? Your audience. You go back, environment and stuff. So it's important to think about yourself as a business. Thank you so much.